Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly and this is The Real Sports Talk, but this video is not pertaining to sports. This is going to be a review of Born Sinner, J. Cole's album, which officially dropped yesterday. There were a few singles off of it, but for the most part the full album came out yesterday. And there's a ton of albums coming out in the next couple weeks. We already saw Kanye West's album leak out last week, and then it officially came out yesterday. I heard it sucked. I haven't even listened to it, to be honest with you. Wale has a new album coming out at some point this summer. It's believed that Eminem has a new album coming out, and 4th of July, Jay-Z's dropping Magna Carta, Holy Grail, which I'm really excited for. So both Eminem and Jay-Z both dropping their first album since 2010 in Eminem's case, in 2009 in Jay-Z's case in terms of just him on the album. He obviously had Watch the Throne last year, but he's going to have Magna Carta, Holy Grail as his first album. As far as J. Cole's Born Sinner, I gotta say, it wasn't what I was expecting. It was a lot more like Friday Night Lights than like Cole World Sideline Story, and it kind of disappointed me the first time I listened to it, but as I've gone back and listened to it 3 or 4 times, I've really actually been impressed by this album, because it reminded me that while Cole World was a little bit more mainstream friendly, Friday Night Lights is one of those albums that, or it was a mixtape, it was basically an album, that you can listen to over and over again and never get bored with the songs, and this is that type of album. I think it has a ton of great songs on it. It has a few guest features with Kendrick Lamar and 50 Cent, who are 2 of my favorite rappers, but the bottom line is I don't think that either of those are the better songs on this album. The one's about New York, and the other one's something with fruit. I forget what the exact title of the song is called. But I think this is a good album, but it's one of the ones that you're going to have to listen to 3 or 4 times. You're going to have to be patient, and it grows on you when you begin to appreciate it. Now, the top 5 songs at number 5 on this album. At number 5, I had Power Trip, which has been the mainstream song. And it's a good, catchy song, but I don't think J. Cole particularly has his best rapping performance in that song. I just think the hook with him and Miguel, that part is really good, but the rapping part isn't necessarily that great. At number 4, another single, Miss America, which has been out for 6 months now. This album originally was supposed to come out in January, and then it was delayed and finally came out today, or yesterday I should say. And Miss America is one of those type of songs that J. Cole releases it as a mainstream song, but he basically says, even at the end of this, they're never going to play this on the radio. It's kind of a song saying, you know, F you to how society works. Number 3, Let Nas Down. I really like this song. This is one of the more talked about songs on the album. I was listening to an interview J. Cole did about this song, and basically it's about how when he originally put out Workout, which ended up probably being his most popular song of all time, not necessarily his best, but it's a pretty good song. When he originally put that song out, Nas heard about it, listened to it, and wasn't impressed because he thought J. Cole had caved and gone mainstream with the song, and he didn't really like it. And J. Cole heard about that, and J. Cole got really pissed off about it because it was a song and Workout that he had worked for a long time, built on and created to finally make himself a bit more appealing to the mainstream audience, to expand who was listening to his music. And because he had looked up to Nas as a child, it disappointed him and pissed him off and angered him, and obviously Workout ended up being a huge song, so Nas was wrong. I guess, I mean, he still probably has his opinion about the song, but for the sense of it was a mistake for J. Cole to put it out, I don't think it was. And Let Nas Down is basically a song about that, and it's a very good song. Number 2, Crooked Smile is a very good song. That is another single. And then the best song I think on this album is Born Sinner. It's one of the few albums where the name of the album actually has a song to go with it that's good and isn't just on there because it is a good name of the album. It is actually a very good song by J. Cole. So I think Born Sinner, it's tough to compare it to Cole World. I think you would compare it more to Friday Night Lights. It's just a completely different album. It's more of a chill and relax album for his second album, which is kind of what Drake did last year or 2 years ago for Take Care. It was a more relaxed album, and I think that J. Cole masters it even a little bit better than Drake did, and Take Care won Album of the Year at the Grammys. So J. Cole is an early candidate for Album of the Year. The problem is he has a lot of people to compete with this year. Wale's new album drops in a week or two. You got Eminem at some point will be releasing a new album this summer. Jay-Z. So there's a ton of people to compete with. So the chances of him getting album of the year probably aren't very high. But it is a pretty solid album that if you are a fan of rap music, I would definitely recommend you go listen to. Let me know what you guys thought in the album. Hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, KASHKelly_TRST, Facebook.com/TheRealSportsTalk, and I will catch you guys next time.